Hi everyone, and a big shout out to Marley from Bronte. Everyone's talking about the Mandalorian. Well, today we're drawing his helmet. Here's a sneak peek at the finished drawing. This pencil drawing, I took a photo on my phone and using an app turned it into vector art, which means you can scale it up or down and it smooths all your lines. I'll be demonstrating today using the giant splat so that you can see all the detail, but if you've got a regular splat, it'll be exactly the same process for your own. Let's break the helmet down into geometric shapes. We've got a cylinder, half a sphere on top, another cylinder at the side, a bit of design detail. You can learn to draw anything. All of these images I found and printed out from the web. If that's how wide my cylinder needs to be, then the height of that cylinder is about the same as the width. It starts on a bit of a slopey line there, and I'm thinking about the center lines. If I mark in the center lines, it helps me get the position of the eye slit. Looks like it's sitting just above the center line. The same as that cylinder on the side. It's not quite on the center, it's a little bit in that direction. So we're doing a study here of all the little design details of the helmet. Notice the bottom drops down below. Pick a starting point and draw a complete ellipse. Now we're dividing an isometric circle into 4 pieces. On your splat you'll have little bumps, or on the big one you've got lines. I'm imagining those marks travelling through the centre, and now I'm going to join them up. Just use a ruler, or you can see they are actually isometric lines. I'm going to show you how to measure an isometric circle. With a piece of paper, if I take that measurement there, you can see both of those lines are the same length. But it's not the same acrossways, so we don't measure circles acrossways or up and down. We measure isometric circles on the isometric angle. So I'm taking that measurement and I'm going down. So that mark on my page means that my cylinder is the same height as it is wide. Now slide the splat down and draw in just half an ellipse. While I've got it there, I'll mark in those 2 bumps as well. Now join the edges of your ellipses to make a cylinder. Those crisscross lines, those isometric lines on top, I'm going to run them around the corner and bring them down to those points we made earlier. One more side to join up. Okay, so that's our cylinder divided into quarters or quadrants. Halfway up your cylinder, place a mark and then line up and draw half an ellipse. That's the center line that we looked at earlier. So the eyes go just a little bit above that. So come up a little bit more and draw another half ellipse. Let's mark in that slopey line. You'll see that slopey line on that far edge. So just slope that back a tiny bit and then round off the top. Do it lightly at first, and then when you're happy with the shape, come back and darken it in. Now let's draw this design detail on the side of the helmet. It's close to the center lines. There's a vertical, and that's my horizontal on the isometric angle. Now hold it for a sec. Just watch for a minute because I actually come back and redo this. I find it needs to be a little bit larger. So just watching me. I'm sketching in an ellipse. Notice how it's tilted over a little bit like that, kind of an egg shape. Straight on, my circle would need 2 lines drop down. We're going to do the same thing. But notice on the bottom, when you join them up, on your drawing, you need to join them on the isometric angle, the same as the bottom of your splat. Okay, I'm going to fast forward through my little practice here, because as I said, we're going to come back and redraw this. What I want to show you is just in front of this detail there is where the eye slit finishes. So come down on your front center line and then join those 2 marks. So it slopes down towards the middle and then slope up again on the other side. Now I'm drawing it quite dark. You guys would just draw it in fairly lightly. Each side of the center line is 2 marks. And then drop a line down. If you want to, they can get slightly closer towards the bottom. Just play around with those and see how it looks for you. It's probably time to erase some of these lines that I no longer need. Seems like I've erased all of my lines, but it's a chance to redraw and smooth them out a little bit. Cool, if yours is looking anything like this, then we're halfway there. Well done. Now it's time to extend those lines down. Remember, they come down below the level of the helmet. Join them on the isometric angle, and then at the bottom, those lines kick out to the left and right. Cool, now it's time to take that point and then blend it in with the helmet. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's erase a few more of the lines we don't need, and as I said, I'm going to enlarge that one. I hadn't tried to draw one of these helmets before today, so I'm still figuring out how big and the proportions of things. That means how big something is compared to the other. So I've drawn my circle there, I'm dropping the lines down. Remember, we connected the bottom on the isometric angle. Good. Drop those lines down from the circle, and here's the little angly bits. I found that's the best way to draw them in. I'm also going to adjust where the eye slit comes back to. I noticed there was a little bit more of a gap, so I'm going to bring that line forwards a little bit. Run a line straight down in line with that and run it all the way to the bottom. Here's the little C-shaped detail. So 2 isometric lines, and then mark in your little cutout. Where the eye slit ends, we're going to drop a line down, but we'll start it in line with that little detail there. So leave a gap and draw a line down. This next line is the real character of the helmet. So imagine going from the end of the line down to that point. Do it lightly, and then nice and smooth, darken in a line. Great, now on that line I'm going to mark off maybe a bit higher than halfway, go across to a point, and then draw in a triangle. Now from the point of the triangle, you're going to run a nice smooth line down to the same point. One of the sections I'm going to shade, but not normal shading. I'm going to shade it using lots of parallel lines. Now I'm giving those lines just a little bit of thickness, tiny bit on top there. And this is a shadow line. Just darken that one up a little bit. And we've got another design detail here to fill in. So let's use the splat to mark in the bottom of it, slide up and draw your second line. Here's how to draw the band that goes over the top. Extend those lines up and then run a nice smooth line that runs up and over the top. It sort of ends roughly whereabouts the quadrant was that we had drawn in earlier. Yeah, remember those lines? So when you've got lots of smooth lines, light lines, then come back and darken one of them in. And the reason they come together at the top is because if you could see inside the helmet, that line would continue around. And you probably have a little flat section at the top there where they join. Now I'm drawing some more lines inside the band. I'm extending those middle ones down and then doing kind of a joiner detail there. I've just noticed that detail comes out a little bit past the edge of the helmet. So let's rub out that section and redraw that. Now, I'm shading here. I'm using a rule to kind of get the sides nice and even. Notice I've got the pencil on its edge a little bit. You could, if you wanted to, shade this by using lines. But I'm experimenting with the mysterious, really dark look there. And that section at the back actually comes out past the edge of the helmet as well. So let's fix that up. Since this is a massive drawing, I could probably thicken those parts up to make them look a bit more 3D. I wouldn't worry if I was doing a drawing with a small splat. And from the beginning, here's the same steps using a small splat and a pen. When you're doing smaller drawings, you don't need to include all of the detail that you would on a bigger sketch. Otherwise it looks a little bit too crowded. So this one I was able to do really quickly because I'd practiced on the first helmet, and I think next time I could probably draw it freehand. Designers use these type of isometric drawings because it's got the front view and the side view and the top view all in the one drawing. Here's some of the body armor and a few of the other bits and pieces. I like the way when the body's drawn facing towards you, the head looks like he's just turned to look at something. So I thought I'd draw a little splat box, like a barricade or something. I really, really enjoyed studying these images of the Mandalorian helmet and then working out how to do a drawing. So here's my finished drawing. I've turned it into vector art. I'd love to see what you come up with, Marley. Hope you enjoy drawing Mandalorian helmet. If anyone would like to see the Razor Crest or something else from the Mandalorian drawn, then hit like or subscribe or leave a comment for me. Thanks very much. Cheers. I'm Glenn.